All right. So I don't think we've done this yet, and it's a really big topic to discuss. And so we're going to talk about mount escapes. And let's kind of take a moment to actually review, right? So my weight is on my opponent with my hips onto his hips. My knees might touch the ground. Again, I'm on a huge ass boxing bag, so they're not at the moment. But I don't want him to take any weight. I want my opponent to take my weight. My hands are out so that I can post. They're just floating here. I'm not solid posting because then it's going to be very easy for him to drag them in and start to sweep me. My feet are under his thighs, and then they come up towards the middle. I kind of like to bring the bottom of my feet together. You don't necessarily have to do that. You supposedly might be able to cross your ankles. I don't know. Maybe not. You could probably get submitted that way because it's basically guard here. And I'm not really grapevine too much because that's going to be really easy for my opponent to escape. So I'm going to be here in this low mount position. Now when we talk about the mid-range mount, I bridge up, I bring my knees in, I kind of pinch them in and make sure my feet are tucked in, and then I'm here and I'm ready to attack. And from here, if somebody starts to bridge and buck and whatnot, I want to ride that. But sometimes I can't, and sometimes I'm going to get that post. And that's going to go into one of the attacks, or one of the sweeps I'm going to give you right here. If somebody is in a high range mount, right, I don't have any power with my hips anymore because, again, his shoulders are the bottom of the lever, his hips are kind of the middle of the lever, and then you're driving your power with the hips up. So right on top of the hips are where that power is coming from, versus up here where, I'm going to feel this, right? I'm going to be like, you can do this all day, I don't care. And some people, especially people I've met online that have absolutely no experience to speak of, when they get stuck in this position, they instinctively, a lot of times, try to body scissor me or something like that. They try to come up here, but there's a problem with that, right? And the problem is mobility, right? They're going, I'm trying to hook you with my legs, all right? So I guess we'll start top down. I'm going to show you my favorite mount escape, okay? This works for mid-range, it works for high mount, it does not work for low mount, right? And so what I want to do here, especially mid-range, now, when I'm trying to bridge, right, my chin is tucked, I'm tucking my tailbone a little bit, I'm driving with my hips, I'm not driving by arching my back, right? My feet are close to my butt. Now, I can get more power into a bridge if I move my feet closer in. Now I can drop down and get higher again. I can get even more power if I bring one leg up and really punch it into their hips. And that might be able to get them the post. I might actually be able to make contact with the high mount position as well. So there are dangers with this particular escape. The first one is armbar. You're putting yourself in the position to get armbarred. The reason why I don't think it's as big of a risk as people kind of say that it is because I'm committing my opponent. If I can get them the post, I'm committing my opponent momentarily here up, right? And if I'm putting my hands into their armpits here, it's going to be kind of hard for them to get their leg up and start doing what they need to do in order to get to that high mount armbar. So you're safe, you're not hanging out here for a long time. So I get the most powerful connected bridge as I can. I'm not trying to knee them in the butt, right? I'm just trying to get them the post on the ground. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the C grip, right? I am using my thumb here, right? And I'm going to put it in both armpits and I'm going to extend my arms out as far as they can. Because again, I don't want it to be easy for him to come back up and start to have that mobility to start trying to go for that armbar. And I might be still kind of trying to buck him forward so that he is committed his hands full. Now from here, we do this in our warm-up, right? Okay, we do this. We've been practicing it, and even more so, this guy. This is how we're going to get this escape. Now, my pressure stays off my neck, right? I'm keeping it on the shoulders, and I'm able to get high. This is why I think when I'm wrestling with people who are new and they try to they instinctively know that this is here, but they don't know how to do it. They don't protect here, right? And they're just, I can't get my legs there. That's because they're trying to just hinge at the hips, they're hinging at the back, and this is as far as my legs can go. My flexibility is stopping that. So from here, my hands are in the armpit. Roll back, my feet are in the armpits. From here, I finish that shoulder roll. I'm pushing him forward, and more so I'm just kind of just holding him in place so I can get my head out, right? So again, bucking forward, hold on to his armpits, and if you want to make sure that he can't posture back up and start attacking that arm bar, because my arms are extended, this is a vulnerable position for me, right? So I boom, buck up and all that, he's committed there, and then I do that, boom, right? But I just continue it forward a little bit, I let my weight go through, boom, and I put my feet into his armpits, and if you can bring your legs to the inside, you can cross your ankles or whatever. I don't feel like that's as powerful, but if you feel like he can get out, which he can't, I put my foot on, I put it in the armpits, that's enough, and I just continue that shoulder roll. Now, I'm in this position, and this is where people say that the second problem with this is that they are now in the position to be able to ankle lock me. And the thing that people do a lot, and I did this forever with this particular escape, is that they will a lot of times roll over, and now we're in this 50-50 position, and he's in a better position to attack the ankle lock. How do you defend an ankle lock, right? You put your ankles or your feet on the ground so they can't get under them, they can't get a grip, right? So when I get out of this sweep, I stay on top of his hips. I'm in this really weird belly down reverse mount position. Now, for you pro guys out there, right? Go over the ankles, grab here, and you've got that Boston Crab there. So there's a little handy pro thing. Be very careful because you can actually paralyze somebody with that. So don't really do it. But what I can do from here is I can gather up one of those ankles. I can come here and I don't have to change. I will often fear for here and then extend up, and their toes will break by me extending their foot back. Now, we haven't really talked about the mechanics of finishing an ankle lock. I just want you to know that it's there for now. But yeah, I don't want to change him in this position because I want me to have the advantage. I want to be sitting on him in this weird reverse mount position so I can start attacking that. So there is my first escape for you guys. This is, I call it the backdoor escape because I'm going bloop, like a piece of poop out the back. Yeah. So anyways, let's go on to the next one.